Hello everybody and welcome to the Genshin Impact live stream. Hope everyone on this wonderful Thursday. Hello traveler, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will be coming better to my live stream. Okay, I forgot to turn on my chat thingy. It should work now though. Yeah, it's fine. It just wasn't on as early as it should have been. Okay, so. Whoops, where am I clicking? What's happening? Okay, here I am. Another day of Genshin. We don't have anything like special today, but we have the stage announcement at our outbreak thingy, which will end. Tomorrow is the last day, so I'll have to spend the rest of my resin tomorrow, but it's fine. This event will end in 4 days, but that's done. This has yet to begun. Completed. We need to do the test runs. For Kave, because apparently I've never done his trial. And Lama, because she's new. You're really gonna have some stuff to do? Thank you for swinging by anyways. This was done. Mona has been invited. Although honestly, I invited Mona. I just like bam went Mona. I should have probably taken Tinari. Because it would be Tinari C6 for me. And like I'm gonna get another Tinari eventually. Sooner rather than later, hopefully. And I mean I haven't used my Stella Fortuna anyways. And like Tinari also is kind of a Stella Fortuna, just like a bit delayed. Because we'll change my next Tinari to a Stella Fortuna. So I probably should have taken him, to be honest. But whatever. And then here we've done way more than just Dulcem rating on 8 songs. Okay, so let's start with some dailies. What do we have here? Not cry randomly. We got some anecdotes as well. Those are actually my anecdotes from yesterday. I haven't done them yesterday. I have done some anecdotes off stream before, but yesterday I just didn't have time to do like anything. After the Star Rail stream, I streamed for way too long and slept for way too little time. Oh. You want some trouble? And yeah, I only had the time to do the bare minimum. Also, funnily enough, when I was grabbing my encounter points, I got 343 long-term encounter points. This is around as much as I had before the patch. In like 2 weeks since the patch came out, I regained my points. When it's training, I don't even need to use other characters. So today we'll be exploring this island actually, if we have the time, but probably we will have the time. Crab got annihilated. No rain anymore? My god. Oh, thank you, Birgitta. Hopefully this Aino anecdote I have will give me the final thingy to upgrade the Daki. The Aino Daki. Let me just grab this Glowfly or whatever it's called. Actually, what is it called? It's just called a Crystal Core, man. They have no name. They only have a use. Okay. Lauma's ability, running ability thingy is pretty unique that it can... Actually, maybe not that unique. But like, you can go off a cliff with Lauma and a lot of characters cannot. But I guess like Varasa can as well. And Varasa even does like the jumps. Did that one guy hide? Oh, this is the guy with the Kubaki shield, which is giga irrelevant. I did not need Inafa here, but I do like using my Inafa E. Because like she's now with me. She's watching me as I walk around. Okay. Very interactive. Daily. Everybody's favorite. Prestige. Wow. Damn. The excitement. Can't contain it. And finally here, I guess you can swing by Hazel. On the way there. Might as well. Funny how he had a lot of anecdotes last time. In the last event, and they also gave him more now. Wait, where is he actually? Is he in the flagship? Yeah, this is the flagship. And this is not how you go to the flagship. Or at least not the most efficient way. But hey, we got there. Leszek corrects me up every time. Oh, here we go. Oh! Hazel with Yahoda!
依頼内容は以上だよ。どう？ヤホダさん。
Little mouth man.
お兄さん、あたいは別にいいけどさ、などくらいで誰かを逮捕しようだなんて、あんた命知らずにも程があるんじゃないか？
昔読んだ小説にこんな一文があったんだ。神聖なる鹿は一度だけ自身の死をその角に肩代わりさせることができる。そして僕の名前には鹿が入ってる。僕が今持ってる命と合わせれば2回ぐらいは大丈夫そうでしょ？
Don't say it too loudly, you might offend the Frostmoon Scions.
旅人？奇遇だね。まさか君までなどくらいに来ているなんて。ここにも旅の途中で立ち寄ったのかな？
What are you doing in Notcray Hazel? Has some investigation brought you here?
その通り。僕がなどくらいに来たのは稲妻から逃亡した犯人を捕まえるためだよ。その犯人はいくつもの事件に関わっているんだけど、様々な国をずっと転々としているんだ。数ヶ月前、そいつがなどくらいに潜伏していることを示す手がかりをつかんでね。どうやら盗賊団に加入して略奪や強盗といった本業を再開したみたいなんだ。
Hello, dear hero. Let's take a look at your Orphe. So, we've got the... This is all maxed, so that's good. Especially is most important. The others are... the basic attack can also be useful whenever you do her EX special on field. Which is technically like a damage gain. So like, her off-field EX special is stronger than the on-field EX special. But if she doesn't have energy to do an off-field EX special, she does an off-field regular special. And an off-field regular special plus an on-field EX special is more damage than one off-field EX special. Thus, if you have the time and energy to do it, especially in a comp with Seed, it is better to switch to her and use her EX, and after you use her EX on field, you can use her basic, like final basic, to follow up the Fireblade. Thus, her basic is kinda useful actually, is what I'm trying to say, and should be leveled more than just level 3. Yeah, then we got her engine, of course, the best one, the only attack engine, the only good attack engine that actually allows her to max out her like energy regen to attack buff passive. And yeah, we've got 4-piece Shadow Harmony, 2-piece energy regen is what you want as well, right? You want the 60 from the engine, you want the 60 from the Disc 6, and you want the 20 from Moonlight Lullaby, and then you can max out the 700 attack buff to your entire team. So that's good. Fire damage bonus on 5 is usually not the best pick, because she already gets so much damage bonus. Yeah, Orphean Magus crit increases by 25 and aftershock damage increases by 85%. That's a lot of damage bonus. And then she can get more from like Anbi, right? And she gets more from the set. So usually, attack is better. She kinda has the issue where like she gets a lot of attack, and she gets a lot of damage bonus, and Pen is garbage because she gets a lot of Death Shred from her additional, and then also from Trigger's Engine if you have that, and also from Seed if you play her. So no disc on 5 is actually all that great. But usually attack ends up being best, unless you play her with like Astra. If you play her with Astra, then you would play damage bonus. Or if you have like a Deadly Assault buff that gives you a lot of attack. Sorry, that gives you a lot of damage bonus. No, that gives you a lot of attack, yeah. If you have a Deadly Assault buff that gives you a lot of flat attack, but do those even exist? I don't think so. Usually you get percentage attack if anything, right? But yeah, usually you play attack percent. Especially because you will play Astra in some other team. Although as time goes on, more and more teams can be free from Astra, which is pretty nice. We no longer have every single team wanting to play Astra, but it's kind of like in Star Rail, back when everybody wanted to Ruan Mei. And now, barely anybody wants Ruan Mei. So yeah. Attack's usually better. And we've got some crit subs. Yep, you get both a lot of crit rate. 25 from here, and then 12 from here. That's 37. So this is 90. And you get like a billion crit damage from Anbi if you play that. And even if you don't. Actually, if you don't play Anbi... Oh no, wait, you get 20 crit rate from here as well. Wait, so you get 20 crit rate, then 12, and then 25. So that's 57. Wait, so you're actually overcapped by 10, right? 20, 12, 32, 57. Yeah, that's overcapped 10 crit rate. Hello, Wilson. So you have too much crit rate. And then, other than Anbi, you don't really get all that much crit damage. What is Pen? Are the characters gonna write something? Pen is short for penetration. It's just defense ignore, but it is multiplicative with other sorts of defense ignore, which in the case of ignoring defense is worse. Normally when you hear a buff is multiplicative, it means it's good, but when it comes to reducing an enemy stat, you would prefer additive than multiplicative. So, because Orpheus already has a defense ignore effect, when another character in your squad is stun or support, aftershock damage dealt by agents with zeroed in ignores 25% defense. Since you already have that, you do not want pen ratio, because then you are penetrating only the 75% of the defense that is left, instead of penetrating all of it. Flat pen doesn't decrease in power, but pen ratio does. Pen is the same no matter whether you have def or pen ratio. It's always bad. Okay. So yeah, a bit less crit rate, a bit more crit damage, attack percent ideally on 5, but damage bonus is playable. If you had like a banger disc with 5 crit rolls and attack percent, of course you should play that. But no, your disc is pretty bad. 1 roll into each crit, no attack percent. That's not the greatest disc actually.
盗賊団の名前は確かシーフック団って言ったかな。などくらいでは結構有名な犯罪集団で、世界中の流れ物を受け入れてるらしい。そこで僕はモラを携えて碑文の館を訪れ、オーナーに助手を一人手配してもらったんだ。シーフック団のアジトを突き止める手伝いをしてくれる人をね。
And someone is Yehoda?
そうだよ。その様子を見るに、どうやら君はこのお嬢さんを知ってるみたいだね。
Very much so. She's very good at what she does.
うん、僕もそう思う。これは直感だけど、もしヤホダさんが盗賊になったら、どんなに僕が頑張っても捕まえられないだろうね。
ご託はいい。ネフェル姉さんが回してくれた話である以上、あたいは最善を尽くすだけだ。
Just like I said with Orphe, you don't want pen when you already have like 50% death shred. So you play electric damage on Anbi most of the time, because she doesn't get as much damage bonus as Orphe gets, right? Because Orphe doesn't want damage bonus, because this gives you 85, and then you have like all the other sources. But for Anbi, while she will get some damage bonus from herself and whatever, and the set, she doesn't get nearly as much, and you get 700 attack from Orphe. So Anbi plays electric, ideally. But once again, if you got a banger attack piece, although if you got a banger attack piece, you play it on Orphe. Yeah. So if you get 2 banger attack pieces with 5 crit rolls, the other one can go to Anbi as well. It won't be like bad. Pen would be bad though. Pen would be quite bad, unless you had like a deadly assault buff. Like if you played Astra and Orphe, which would be 1700 attack, and then you had a deadly assault buff that gave you like 100% damage bonus for aftershocks, then you would probably maybe want to play Pen. Also, if you play Astra, that means you don't play Trigger, so you don't get as much death shred. But that's pretty niche. That's not really all that realistic. Could happen though.
けど、あんたの探してるシーフック団は昔のシーフック団じゃないよ。以前のシーフック団はとっくに解散してる。今、シーフック団を自称してる連中は、その名前を借りて人を騙してるだけだ。
Man, I can't wait for Yehoda to come out. Too bad we have to wait until at least Luna 3. You really have all the intel, huh, Yehoda?
まあな。
へえ、
We're just praising
そう
her
だ
as
ったん
much
だ。
as we can.
その話は初耳だよ。ヤホダさん、詳しく教えてくれる？
別に話せることなんてないよ。シーフック団はよくある盗賊団と何も変わらない。悪党どもがモラに群がってきて、最後はモラが原因で仲間割れした。
Was she
盗
a
賊団
part
のボ
of
ス
this
は
in the past?
自分の手下に海に投げ込まれ、残った奴らはモラをめぐって争い続けた。死んだ奴もいるし、未だに居場所を転々としてる奴もいる。とにかく当初のシーフック団は完全に消滅してる。
待った。それってつまり、チリジリになった元盗賊の人たちが、今はあちこちで犯罪してるかもしれないってこと？
家が火事になったんだ。中に住み着いてたヘビやらネズミやらは、どっか新しい住処を見つけないといけないだろう。誰も荒野でのたり死になんてしたくない。
でも、ヘビやネズミにとって、それは新しい住処と新しい同居人を探すいい機会でもあるよね。僕がネズミの立場なら、ヘビから逃れて獲物と捕食者の関係から解放されたことになる。そう考えると悪いことじゃないと思うな。とにかくヤホダさんの情報はとても役に立つものだったよ。値段相応の情報を得られたね。奴らがシーフック団の名を語るだけの偽物だと分かったおかげで安心できたよ。世界中の大盗賊が集まった本物のシーフック団だったとしたら、とてもじゃないけど、そんな恐ろしい組織、僕一人じゃ太刀打ちできないよ。
その言い方、今の盗賊団なら一人で何とかできるっていうのかよ。
うん、大体そんな感じだね。僕の任務はあくまでも例の逃亡犯を稲妻に連れ帰ること。別に盗賊団のメンバーを全員とっ捕まえる必要はないんだ。
然とでかく出たな。まあ好きにすればいいよ。あたいの仕事は偽物たちの居場所を突き止めることだ。後のことは知ったこっちゃないね。
Unfortunately, this is an anecdote, not a quest, so they will refuse when we say, "How about I go with you? That way we can round up the whole gang."
ありがとう。でも今回は僕一人で行くよ。それじゃあ居場所の調査は任せたよ、ヤホダさん。僕はその間いくつもの罪を重ねてきた大悪党に稲妻に帰って罪を認めたいって思わせる方法を考えておくよ。
I have a strong feeling now that Yehoda used to be part of this bandit group.
どうすればあの大悪党に罪を認めさせられるだろう。
変なやつ。
So where were we? Oh yeah, I'm heading to the shore. I should set up a portable waypoint there, because you have to go there so often when you have your daily set to not cry. I mean, I had my daily set to random now, but I could set them back to not cry and place a teleporter over there for this specific daily. I could still hear the music from the tavern, but like through the wall. That was pretty cool actually. Can you always hear it when you are close or only when you walk out of the tavern? Either way, that's pretty cool.
それ。
Oh, tea. And I'm pretty sure it was the last daily. Yep. No active quests. Love to see that. We can go to the Adventurers Guild. Hello, Did Gamer. Oh. What was that? Wait, what? She did a regular plunge animation after a while of being stuck in this ball. You could kinda see her. Okay, that was strange. And I almost crashed.
星とし。無事今日の。
Okay. BP level 48. I wonder if they will ever include BP levels after 15 Genshin. They added 20 more in Star and 10 more in Zenless. But Genshin still only has the 50. I mean, BP is supposed to be easily doable even if you don't play every day. Chibor, my guy. And even if the final levels, if, like for example in Star, even if the final 20 levels are pretty irrelevant, because it's just like credits and some relic fragments, it still feels bad if you don't get them. Oh, information broker. I don't think I've ever met this guy. I want to pay him, man. I want to pay him for the secret. Too bad. Oh, beneath the waves of the Forsaken Sea, that's where we will be going. Will we see a colossal sea serpent? Or maybe not because he's already slain it. Frostmoon schemers. Okay. Now that's done. Let me go to Columbina. This was already available yesterday. I'm kinda curious, because it was available yesterday, but I'm only gonna do it today. I wonder if the timer for the next one will only start now, or did it start yesterday already? AKA, is it like weekly, or is it exactly 7 days? It will probably now, I will probably have them delayed to Thursday.
あいつ今日もご機嫌だといいな。コロンビーナ あれ、ご機嫌斜めか。これはこれも違うんだ。これなら
Man, I love Columbina.
これはこれも違うんだ。これならこの青も違う。
Columbina, what happened?
え、ああ、君たちか。ちょっとお願いがあるの。ちゃんとお礼はするから。もう普通に頼んでこいよな。
We've helped us a lot in the past. It's us who should be returning the favor.
そうだぞ。お礼なんかなくても手伝ってやるぜ。で、お願いって何なんだ？この子を助けてほしいの。この月齢をどこで拾ってきたんだか。筆を持って私の周りを踊ってたの。キャンバスと絵の具を用意してあげたら何かを熱心に描き始めたんだけど、欲しい色がなかなか作れなくて困ってるみたい。あれ、出てきたぜ。なんだ？全然わからないぞ。
Can't Columbina translate?
お前のバッグが気に入ったみたいだな。
They want wolf hooks?
絵の具持ってない？そんなの持ち歩いてないぞ。
We have dye for the teapot.
コルンビーナはなんで絵の具なんか持ってたんだ？絵を描くところなんて見たことないけど。この子が待ちきれなさそうにしてたから、近くにあった花から色を取って作ってあげたの。あ、もしかしてルオンノタルも色がついたもので絵の具を作りたいのかもしれないぞ。早くバッグの中を探してみようぜ。
Yoink, yoink, yoink.
窓くらいで良さそうな植物とか取ってなかったか？
Maybe the frostlamp flower.
どうだ？足りたか？うん、大満足みたい。月齢が絵を描くなんて知らなかったぞ。人間と同じで、この子たちもそれぞれ違った性格や趣味を持ってるの。もしかして窓くらいの月齢をみんな知ってるのか？うん、会ったことがある子ならね。すごいな。ルオンノタルは特徴があるからわかるけど、他の月齢はみんな同じに見えるぞ。じゃあ絵を描くこいつはなんて名前なんだ？名前？名前をつけてやってないのか？私はこの子たちを知ってるし、この子たちも私を知ってる。名前はいらないよ。私にも名前はないもの。せっかくだから考え方を変えてみようぜ。何がいいかな。ルオンノタルって月神の祝福を受けて生まれた命って意味なんだろう？じゃあ絵って 蒼月の子の言葉でなんて言うんだ？メイラ？うん、確かメイラだよ。いい響きじゃないか。よし、お前は今日からメイラだ。
Paimon loves giving names. Wait, I wonder if that's actually like important in the lore. Because names do have power.
どうだメイラ、書き終わったか？おお、どれどれ？え、うえ
Wait, wait! What's the matter?
うますぎるぞ。
Yo, that's actually pretty sick. That's 100% wallpaper material.
子供とかメリュジーヌが描いたみたいな絵を想像してたけど、月齢は周りの環境を感知する能力が高いんだよ。目にしたものを模写するときは感じたままを絵で表す。
So, is this a drawing of Columbina, Malaus?
コロンビーナが生まれたばかりの頃かな。え？ラウマが言ってたぞ。お前が生まれた時の姿を蒼月の子は記録してたんだって。でもこの絵とはまた違う気がするな。
And Kuhenki shouldn't have existed before the moon goddess's birth.
この子メイラは最初に生まれた月齢のうちの一体なんだ。感じたことをもとに当時の光景を想像して描いたのかもね。あ、わかったぞ。きっとメイラは自分の神様をオイラたちに紹介したかったんだ。ひひ、心配するなって。オイラたちコロンビーナと仲良くするぞ。え、また一枚出来上がったのか？すごい早技だな。これはコロンビーナが蒼月の子に神として崇められた時の場面か？
Bread.
お？コロンビーナは祭壇の横で何してるんだ？ちっちゃくてよく見えないぞ。うわっ、お供え物を食べてるぞ。食べちゃダメなの？ダメってわけじゃないけど、ちょっと衝撃的だぞ。
Looks like you were having a good time.
だって美味しかったんだもの。だろうな。
Like, what is she supposed to do with the food if not eat it? Makes sense.
わかった。手を出して。
This is not for eating.
そうじゃなくて、これは仲良しの証。
3 out of 6. Man, it will be a while until we get this completed. This is like an entire patch almost. It's just like offset by 1 week because we could start this on week 0. But on week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the patch. Or rather, this was 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll only be able to do this by the very end of the patch. And then probably the next one will also be like 6 more. And the next one 6 more. So we'll only finish this in 6.2. Which I guess makes sense. We'll only finish all of them right before Columbina comes out. If you do them every week. Also... 6 days, yeah, so I am now late by 1 day because I waited 1 extra day. I unlocked them on day 1, but I didn't watch this yesterday because I wasn't streaming Genshin. But yeah, I mean, Wednesday is a pretty inconvenient day for that because on Wednesday is when the new Hoyo patches come out, so I would have to be a day late to all the Star and Zenless patches if I want to do them on Wednesday, so that's okay. And Columbina is so incredibly cute. Okay, let's go to the other cutest character in Not Cry. Aino. Oh, the Deer Chronicles are progressing. This is the third anecdote about this deer. I kind of know which anecdotes about something else, to be honest. And we are getting the llama version. Oh no, it's both llama and traveler.
順調に回復に向かっておるな。おそらくもう自分の面倒は見れるだろう。
もう連れてっちゃうの？もうちょっとだけ待ってくれない？まだ足が治ったばかりだから補助器具を作ったんだけど、まだ装着してあげてないの。あれをつければきっとどの鹿よりも高く飛べるようになるよ。あと食べ物、イネファと一緒に美味しい食べ物をたくさん用意したんだ。よかったらこれも持って行って。森の中ではイネファの作った美味しい料理を食べられないからね。あとアイの本当に連れてっちゃうの？
分かった、伝えよう。アイのイネファ、ありがとうと言っておる。悲しまないでほしい。自分まで泣いてしまう。実はもう泣きそうだが、鹿は泣くとすごく目がしみるから我慢している。だそうだ。
じゃあ行かないでよ。すごく心地いい寝床も美味しいものも作ってあげられるよ。私も全力で面倒を見ます。
Enough, I could convince as well.
もう一度ブラッシングしてほしいと言っておる。
ラウマさん、本当にこの子の群れを見つけてくださるのですよね。
もしこの若き鹿がそなたたちの言った通り崖から落ちてしまったのなら、この子の家族も必死にこの子を探しておるはずだ。この子を連れ帰ったら、私の方でこの子が以前通った道や鹿の群れのリーダーの特徴を細かく調査する。などくらいには鹿が山ほどいる上、それぞれの群れが散らばって暮らしておる。だが 手がかりを集めていけば、いずれこの子の群れの居場所も突き止められるであろう。
This is an anecdote. And I know anecdote. Although it's the like third from this series. So like first you have one with the deer and then another one and then the third one. So you have to do a lot of I know anecdotes.
ありがとうございます。私の方でもこちらで入手した情報を整理して送っておきます。じゃあこの子しばらくは草月の子の中で暮らすってこと？遊びに行ってもいい？
もちろんだ。草月の子はいつでもそなたたちのことを迎え入れよう。
でもいつかはお家に帰っちゃうんだよね。鹿の群れの習性はああいうのも知ってる。同じ場所に長くはとどまらないんでしょ？だからその後は会えなくなっちゃう。
その通りだ。しかし子供はやはり家に帰るべきだ。外をさまよい続けるべきではない。だが群れを見つけるまでしばらくかかる。それまでいつでも草月の子に遊びに来てくれて構わぬ。きっとこの子も伝えたい言葉が山ほどあるはずだ。
じゃあ毎週火曜日に草月の子に行くね。月曜日と水曜日と金曜日はイネファのメンテナンスをしないといけないし、木曜日は周りの配線を整理する日だから火曜日しか空いてないの。
もちろんいつでも構わぬ。私は特に用事がなければ草月の子の書庫周辺にいることが多い。
What a busy kiddo.
遊びに来たらその辺りを探してほしい。
じゃあ約束だよ。他に伝えないといけないことといえば、そうだ、君の言葉をメモしとかなきゃ。でもアイノの言いたいことが多すぎて時間が足りなかったりしないかな。
別れを告げるのに十分な時間はあると思うぞ。
じゃあこのお菓子を持って行って。あとイネファと一緒に作った帽子も。そうだ、角に保護オイルも塗らなきゃ。ちょっと待ってね。保護オイルはここにありますよ、アイノ。私も手伝います。
二人と友達になれて本当に本当に良かったと言っておるぞ。
So cute, man. Incredible cuteness. Okay, now it is time to spend our resin over at the Stygian Onslaught ley line. We've got the final 2 days of extra artifacts. Unfortunately, from that point on until next patch, we'll have to farm artifacts regularly in the normal way in the mains without the bonus. Fortunately, I'll be able to spend my resin on different things, like ascending Aino. No weekly bosses, not today. We'll be doing weekly bosses on Sunday actually. Last day. Because tomorrow I'll be streaming Star Rail again. Originally I planned like the Friday Star Rail stream because I thought I wouldn't finish the story in time. And I barely did. But yeah, there is still a lot to do. The new endgame. A lot of people are asking me about the new endgame, so I need to try it out myself. And then I will do Genshin on Saturday, but I want to do a Zenless stream this week because I haven't done any yet. And Sunday is the Genshin anniversary, so we have to do the Genshin stream on Sunday. Thus, Zenless will be on Saturday, and the Genshin has to be on Sunday. That was the thinking behind the schedule this week. Garbage, garbage, garbage.
防衛モードくらえバシャバシャ水弾
掃除の影
Bonus defense goblet. Wowee. This piece isn't even that terrible, but it's not great either. No attack percent, no crit rate. And this one has attack percent and crit rate. Unfortunately, it's not the set I wanted from man. Whenever you have, like, because most of the time they pair supportive sets with DPS sets, and they always roll the wrong way.
水遊びの
迷えるもの
In Starry there is also a new cavern with one support set, one DPS set. I just can't get HPs. Oh! Okay, it's not as good as it seems at first. Like, you see double crit attack sounds wowee, but no ER, no EM, double low roll, 3-liner, double flash. Like, this is as bad as double crit attack sounds can be on this set. This is literally the worst. Maybe like flat HP instead of flat attack. If we roll 5 times crit though, or 4 times crit, it can still be decent. Worst good piece of Sans, yeah. The worst good artifact we could get. Oh, could have gotten.
あれ見て見て
行け
Would you rather be the worst good artifact or the best bad artifact? Hope? Nah, like, nah, no way, no way. There are 4 possible good substats, we only have 1 of them. We have the most, like, crit damage is the most important substat, but there is nothing else here, man. I would rather play an off-piece. Do I spend some more fragiles today?
掃除対象どうだうわバシャバシャ水弾
掃除の影
Oh, we almost got a 12-second clear. First let's spend the regular resin. No need to condense because we can just spend 40 at a time. Crit hat with crit damage only. No other good subs. Kinda cope. I mean, if I roll 4 times crit damage, maybe. This on the other hand, crit damage attack EM. No ER. Yeah, no. No ER, single crit. Not all too impressive. Oops.
絶縁障壁見て見て短く
迷えるもの
You stopped playing after Nahida's first banner, came back a week ago. What characters should you pull for your free-to-play? So, your highest priority would be just getting some modern DPSs. Because DPSs from 3 years ago, they can be usable sometimes, but they are not top of the meta or anything. If I froze a crit rate hat with crit damage, I should freeze a crit damage hat with crit rate. So you can't really go wrong with pulling anybody. Like there is this issue, I guess, that some people have with some of the recent DPSs is that they gain a lot from being paired with their best supports. So for example, if you wanted to pull for Flins, whose banner starts on Tuesday, he's really best paired with Inefa, who ran last patch. However, even without Inefa, he's still gonna be better than any characters who came out before Fontaine, and it's not even close. So, honestly, anybody, any like new 5-star you can pull for, you will be satisfied with them. Lauma is great for Bloom teams. You already have Nahida, so Nahida Lauma is like a good combination there as well. Lauma is also kind of a one-man army. She's a character that doesn't need any other specific supports. You can play her with only 4 stars, with like Shinobu, Xingqiu, and Kolei. If you have Nahida, she would be better. And you can just play a Hyper Bloom team, and bam, that would be like one side of Abyss, checked. Unless it's like very anti-Bloom for some reason. And you just need like another DPS for second half. The issue with Nefer would be that ideally you'd want to play Nefer and Llama in the same team. So if you want to like quickly assemble two strong teams for Abyss, then pulling Llama and Nefer is probably not the best idea. Like if you want to have like one strongest team for something, I don't know, then Nefer Llama will be great. Like this will be a strong duo. But getting one Llama and one Flins and playing Flins on one side, even with some 4-stars like Aino, Shinobu, Sucrose. I mean, Aino and Sucrose are his best supports anyways. And then you just replace Inefa with like Shinobu. Oh, I guess then you would want Shinobu with Llama as well, huh? You can play different Hyper Bloom triggers. If you played back in the day, you probably have Raiden, right? You can play Raiden as your Hyper Bloom trigger. So yeah, the long story short, any new character and you will be fine. I would advise against pulling on reruns unless you really like the character. And yeah, I feel like you'll be satisfied with no matter who you pull for. And you're also saying you have your Hutao double Hydro. Yeah, that team aged better than most. Just picking up Lauma for a Hyper Bloom team second half would be pretty solid. Like Lauma, any Hydro, Shinobu or Raiden for the Hyper Bloom trigger, and then like one more Dendro, Nahida, or even Kolo or Dendro MC, and then bam. Should wait for Durin. I am super excited for Durin. He's the character I'm most excited for. But lore-wise mostly. Meta-wise, should you wait for Durin? Probably not. Probably just get Llama or Flins now, and they will carry you in Abyss. While if you want to wait for Durin, you will have like 2 more patches of not being able to clear the other half of Abyss. The characters I'm most excited for in Not Cry. Actually, wait, I made a tier list back in the day. Let me open it. Yeah, when we first got the trailer, I made a tier list of how excited I am for each character in Not Cry. It's going to be kind of different now though. But yeah, my S rank is Durin, my A rank were Alice, Inefa, and Nicole, the 2 witches and Inefa. Although we will probably have to wait a bit for the witches. Then I had like everybody else, and then Llama and Nefer. Nefer would probably go up a tier. And so would almost anybody here though. Why is Columbina so low? It's not that she's low, it's just everybody else is even higher. Like, even the B is characters I'm very excited for. The C are the only ones that are kind of like, eh. But it's not like I don't like them. They're still fine. Just like, kind of generic waifu. But Nefer is not a generic waifu, so Nefer is a bit better. But Llama is a generic waifu, so Llama stays here. Combat-wise though, she's great. I like using her in combat. It's just when it comes to like her personality and design, kinda eh. Not hard to come up with like a naked big titty girl. Or almost naked. Llama Nahida Shinobu? What Hydro to play with them? Thank you very much for the follow. Eludemon? I really appreciate it. So, you could play Aino. Aino is free. Now, one reason why she's usually not the best character to pair with Llama is actually not through Aino's own fault, but rather because of Llama's kit. Llama has a passive here, Light for the Frosty Night. Depending on her moon sign level, she gains different buffs, and moon sign is how many Not Cry characters you have in your party. Nascent Gleam means 1, so Llama herself and nobody else. Ascendant Gleam means more than 1, so if you play Llama and Aino together. And the Nascent Gleam buffs your blooms, while the Ascendant Gleam buffs Llama's E. Just this damage. So, usually in Bloom teams you would rather buff your Bloom reaction damage rather than Llama's skill. And by putting Aino in your party, you lose this extra Bloom damage. But it's not the biggest deal. Llama's E can still hit pretty hard. And it's like 15% more Bloom damage. Not the end of the world. She still buffs Bloom a lot through her burst, which is kind of like Shenhe Quills for Blooms, extra damage per Bloom. And she also has Res Red on her skill. So she's still a great bloom support even if she doesn't get this bloom buff. But yeah, if you don't have like Kokomi or something, although you could even play Barbara actually. If you wanted to avoid the Aino passive, you could play Barbara. Her off-field application is pretty terrible, but you can just on-field Barbara, right? You hold your Lama E, you press your Shinobu skill or Raiden skill if you have Raiden, and then you just tap the enemies with Barbara. That's a thing that you could do. And Nahida is also there for extra Dendro. And then if you have Kokomi, she kinda does the same but slightly better. The difference wouldn't be major though. You could also even do like Ayato if you have him. Depends on like who you pulled. Also if you had Vnilu, then you could make a Nilu team, and that would be a banger. Lauma, Nahida, Nilu, and Barbara or Kokomi. That would be an amazing team. Okay. Waiting for Arlecchino, do Arlecchino Ganyu? Bennett Diona? Arlecchino is one of the older characters who would still be okay to pull for. But it's probably better to pull for the newer ones. Also, you already have Hutao. So, having two Pyro main DPSs, like, they kind of fulfill the same role. Now, Arlecchino is really slightly better. So if you wanted a slight Hutao upgrade and you didn't mind replacing Hutao in your Hutao team, you could pull for Arlecchino. But it's probably better to have more different teams, because sometimes you will just face a Pyro immune enemy, and then what? I mean, I guess like your Hydro characters can help a bit, but yeah, it's not the best anyways. Also, Ganyu, Bennett, Diona is not really an Arlecchino team, no. I mean, it's kind of Meld. If you want to play Meld, though, you would really want to pull Citlali. Without Citlali, Meld is not the best. It's kind of scuffed. So yeah, meta-wise, it would probably be better for you to pick up Lama. She's like the locust. She's the locust queen. You can make so many good teams with very little investment. And then if you did want to pull for Nefer... Oh, this is actually kinda good. And you wanted to build the best Nefer team, when she comes out, then Lama is a must for that. Yeah, no, Nahida... All Nahida offers in a Bloom team is Dendro up and the 250 EM buff on a burst that takes 2 years to cast. While Lauma actually like buffs Bloom damage directly and gives you Rest Shred and gives the 15% extra damage to Blooms by allowing them to crit 15% of the time. So Nahida cannot compare to Lauma, but they are good teammates in a Bloom team. So yeah, it's not like I already have Nahida, I don't need Lauma. Not really. Because Bloom teams kind of fell off. Because they got nothing new since Nahida, essentially. Like Hyper Bloom teams all played characters from before 4.0. So it makes sense that they weren't as good as they used to be. Although they still held on kinda strong, honestly. Considering the low cost, Hyper Bloom was still solid. But yeah, now with Lauma it's actually like great, not just an okay cheap option, now it's great. Let's use some fragiles. Because these are the last days of the Stygian ley line. Let's use like 5 and have 5 left over. Oh, that's a lot of artifacts. Garbage. Nah. I mean, if there was like an HP scaler, no. That's scope. All from the DPS set, and none of them is even decent. Is also better in normal domains? Yes. So the way this works is every patch we get a new Stygian Onslaught, And for the first 10 days, so Stygian Onslaught comes out a week after the patch comes out, right? So a patch comes out on Wednesday. The patch came out 2 weeks ago. Then after 1 week, the next Wednesday, we get Stygian Onslaught. And for the first 10 days of the Stygian Onslaught, you have this, whenever you clear a boss on at least hard mode is like domain level difficulty, you get this ley line. And you can set any combination of sets in the game. I mean, any pair from a domain that you would normally get in one domain. And you can claim it here. And the bonus is that every 120 resin spent, you get one extra artifact. It's not like huge, but it is a nice bonus. So like you want to concentrate your resin spending during that 10-day period. Also, there's a bonus reward. After spending, I think first 1200 resin, that's like when you spend X resin, you also get an extra little reroll feather item that you can use to reroll your artifact substats. So you definitely do want to spend resin here, even if just for the reroll feather. But yeah, it's the best way to farm artifacts while it's up. After the 10 days, you just go back to domains though. And the optimal way to spend resin is to only farm artifacts when the extra ley lines are up with the extra rewards, and then farm everything else outside of that. You can reroll substats? Yes. There is a new item. Oops. There is a new item. Let's do one more run and then I will show it. Okay. So I will showcase some of the artifact improvements. One artifact improvement that you can see already here. You can see the 4th substat on artifacts that only have 3 stats. This final unactivated substat, this like what will this get when I do +4? You don't need to level an artifact to +4 to see if it's gonna be decent anymore. It's not like, oh, will this roll crit rate? I know that it will. High roll crit rate already, although it's a bad artifact anyways. Oh, this can be better though. Now I can see this is double crit HP goblet, right? That's pretty sick. So that's one thing that got added just this patch. Is a new difficulty in Imaginary Theater arriving next reset? Yes. Also, back in Natlan, we got items. We got Sanctifying Elixirs, which you can use to select the main stat and 2 substats of any artifact you are crafting. So, back when they added the Strongbox, right, they added the ability to create artifacts, and you can use Sanctifying Elixirs from 1 to 4, depending on which piece you are crafting, to select the main stat and substats. So you go... No, wait, how do you... Oh, no, you open the thingy. You open this thing. There's a new item for this. You open the artifact transmuter, yes. You go here, and you can pick a set, like Knight of the Skies Unveiling. You can even pick new sets. You can pick the piece like a goblet. You can pick your main stat, and you can pick 2 substats you want to guarantee. And then for the cost of 4 Sanctifying Elixirs, I can create a piece that will definitely have double crit attack %. Also, another feature is that it's guaranteed to roll at least twice in the stats I selected. So, worst case scenario, I will get like +2 flat def and +1 each crit or something, right? Like, it cannot be worse than 2 rolls into crit. It can be better though. Can just roll better if I get lucky. And then another new item that we got are the feathers. The dust of it's called dust, but it's a feather. I don't understand. Dust of Enlightenment. You can take any artifact. You can click reshape. Also, one nice thing is that the game now can nicely show you what stats you rolled into and how many times. Another nice improvement, right? So yeah, let's say I wanted... I got 2 EM rolls, I want only crit. I mean, I'm not gonna reroll this, but I could. It's a piece that I could reroll if I wanted to. You can click reshape, and I think it costs 1 dust if it's a flower or feather, and then 2 if it's Sun's Goblet or Hat. And yeah, I can reshape, and then I choose 2 substats. And it guarantees that at least 2 rolls will go into the stats I chose. Once again, kinda like when crafting. So I can guarantee that it will not be worse, essentially. Also, there is this like hallowed exegesis. Every 6 dust spent, I will instead have a guarantee to get 3 rolls instead of 2. So now I'm like 2 out of 6 here. And then after you do 18, you get 4 guaranteed subs. So because this only had 4 rolls, because it was a 3-line at the start, I could guarantee that all rolls go into crit. If I just spend more, right, eventually. I don't need to spend more on this artifact, I just need to spend more dust in general. And after I spend 18 in total, I get a 1 like giga roll that gives me 4 guaranteed rolls into what I chose. And then it will reset and I have to spend 18 more. And when it comes to sources of them, there is the BP, but I think only on the paid BP. So on the paid BP you get 1 elixir, and then I think 1 dust, so 1 of each. Also, if you buy the whale BP, you get an additional dust. The one that's like $20 and gives you a name card. From repeatable sources, you can get the elixirs from Imaginary Room Theater. That's an endgame where what matters is how many characters you own and not which characters you own. Oh, I can't see the rewards here. Can you direct to the chest? Wait, can I see the rewards if I talk to Wolfie or something? No. Can I see the rewards anywhere if I already claimed them? It's kind of scuffed that I cannot. Whatever. You get some from Imaginary Room Theater. You can also find them by exploring. For example, in the new Not Cry. Actually, no. Here I think they give you more dust than elixirs. But like back in Natlan, if I go to a tribe. Oh no, actually this didn't give any. Whatever. You can find some by exploring though. Upgrading the statues of the 7 maybe? Maybe not. You can find some in special caves. That one for sure. You can find some in special caves that are around the map. Each tribe in Natlan has one. If you find enough special items in the chests around the world that are randomized. So it's not like a specific chest you have to find. You just have to find enough chests, gather like a sigil thingy, obsidian stone something, and then you can unlock a cave that will give you an elixir, so the item, the artifact crafting one in Natlan, and then in Not Cry they have a similar thing, but you get the dusts for the rerolls. Also for the dusts, you can get them from Stygian Onslaught, that's another new endgame mode. And here you can get 3 per patch. 2 are very easily available, 1 is a bit harder. So one of them... Only the bracelet gives elixirs, okay. So one of them is from the resin spending, right? Where do they explain this to you? Here. Yeah. So by spending 1200 resin during this 10-day period, when you get extra artifacts, you can get the Dire Commendation, which is a Dust of Enlightenment, so 1 reroll feather. Then by clearing Stygian Onslaught, you can get 1 for difficulty 4, 1 for difficulty 5. Now, even if you are somebody who just started playing, or even if you are somebody who returned after 4 years, difficulty 4 can be completed on co-op. This is just complete the challenge, because you can do co-op everywhere here. And these rewards are completed the challenge on menacing or higher difficulty, and it can be on co-op. So you just need to get somebody to carry you, bam, 1 free dust. Now, difficulty 5 needs to be completed in single player mode. You can still do co-op, but you will not get the rewards. This can be pretty difficult, especially if you have a new account. Or like, old account, or you didn't pull any characters, right? Like for the crab, or in this Lauma, or even Nahida is fine, as long as you have either of those. You can do the crab. Lauma absolutely destroys him. Nahida can do fine. Versus the Drake, you either want to have like Mavuika or Skerk, or some character that was like heavily invested into, like somebody with constellations ideally maybe. Hutao could maybe do this? Not sure on Fearless. Maybe she could. And here you ideally want either Skerk or Inefa or Flins or Varesa. So if you don't have any of them, it will be very hard to get this clear on Fearless. But all you lose out on is 1 dust. You can get every single Primogem reward. So all of these Primogems, the 450, that's free. Also, it's like easy to do it on hard. It's like clearing a domain. I cleared it in like 12 seconds. So it's not really a big challenge. You have like 2 minutes. Menacing can be a bit harder, but yeah, you can do co-op for a dust. And then Fearless is pretty difficult, a bit harder than Abyss. Gives you 1 more dust. Yeah, no, you cannot co-op with people from other servers, unfortunately. Oh, here you can see the reward progress. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show. This. Every 120 dire prestige, no limit, will give you an additional 5-star artifact. And when you reach 1200, you get the dire commendation, aka 1 dust. So if you have a lot of fragiles or something, you could try spending as much as you can. And if you can spend 1200 in 2 days, you can get the extra dust. I'm from EU, yeah. Moyode is here, also in the corner of the screen you can see. 7 means EU. Have like 60 fragiles? Yeah, so that's more than enough to get the 1200. I would advise you to spend the 1200 resin then. As for which set should you farm? Can't go wrong with the new ones if you are planning to pull on any DPS in the next like 3 patches. Because this is a set that like, I mean the condition, this set gives you 30 crit rate. This set gives the whole team 120 EM. This is the support set, this is the DPS set. The condition is to have 2 Notcry characters in your team. You don't even need the character to be from Notcry that wears this set, you just need 2 Notcry characters in your team. So if you have like Lauma and Dino, Lauma and Inefa, this works. Also, it's like, specifically you need somebody who gives you a moon sign level. So, characters like Durin and Varka could work or could not work, we don't know. We'll have to wait for them to come out to see if they will work for the set condition or not. Are they not cry enough or are they too monstered to activate the set? You could also just farm this, March the Hunter, and Golden Troop. Golden Troop is a good set for any skill damage dealers from off-field. Like Fischl, like Chiori, like Furina. And then March the Hunter is a good DPS set for most Fontaine DPSs, or any DPS when played with Furina. Although if you do not own Furina, then maybe this is not the best. The Natlan sets are good for characters from Natlan. Obsidian Codex for any Natlan DPS. Scroll of the Heroes in the City for any Natlan support. I would recommend getting at least a few pieces of Scroll, because you will get Ororon and Yansan eventually. Those are like 4 stars from Natlan. Also you have Kachina for free. And this set gives you 40% damage bonus for the rest of your team. Get Furina? I mean, if you don't have any Fontaine DPSs right now, and if you are gonna just mostly pull on for new characters, then Furina is not gonna be good with new DPSs from Notcry, from what we can see from the direction they are going in. Cause in Notcry, characters don't really scale with damage bonus. Furina is bad with the new DPSs. Furina is bad with Flins and she's bad with Nefer. So I won't really say she's that much of a must pull. Unless you play, like, if you are planning to pull for Skerk or for Nuvilet on like a rerun, then sure. But if you are mostly looking forward to the future and you want to pull for Flames, for Nefer, for Varka, for Alice, most of these characters are probably gonna all focus on lunar reactions. This is the theme of Not Cry, and those do not scale with damage bonus. So Furina's tongues are gonna go down as time goes on. Now, we still can get Stygian bosses that shield old characters, and if we get a boss that shields, like, cryo teams, you will want Furina there. But if you are just mostly focused on pulling new teams and clearing Abyss, then Furina is probably not the best pull. I know it's better than Furina in all the new teams. She's better than Furina with Nefer, better than Furina with Flins. You wonder how Valka changed Anemo? We'll have to see if he even does. Because it's pretty likely that he just has a vision. And then he wouldn't change the reaction. Although he could. Would be cool if he did. Would be cool if he did in some way that would make the reaction beneficial to a main DPS. Because Swirl is more of like a sub DPS reaction. Or a driver. You don't really have like main DPS dealing Swirl damage. They tried with Mizuki and it didn't really work all that well. So yeah, would be cool if somehow, I don't know, it like amplified his other damage or whatever. You know, Flinspace don't have Inefa? Flinspace will still be amazing for you, even without Inefa. You don't need her. He will still be better than any DPS you have on your account by a mile. And you can play a very nice team, because like other than Inefa, his best teammates are all 4 stars. His best teammates are Sucrose and Aino, outside of Inefa, right? Inefa, Sucrose, Aino is the like ideal team. And if you don't have Inefa, you can just like replace her, probably ideally with Shinobu if you want a healer, because Inefa is also like Inefa is the not only a sub DPS but also the sustain slot. She has a shield, so you probably want some defense on your team. And Shinobu is the only good option. Dori, oh yeah, also you asked, is Dori from Not Cry? No. No, Dori's from Sumeru. She's like 3-year-old. She didn't suddenly travel in time. Actually, Dori is also an electro healer, but her burst cooldown is too long. Her burst cooldown is 20 seconds. Shinobu's is 15 and she doesn't even need to cast it. Because Flint's has like pretty short rotations. Also, if you really wanted, if you really felt bad about the fact that you don't have the best Flins support, what you can do instead of pulling 1 Flins, 1 Inefa, you can pull 2 Flinses for Flins C1 and it's like the same, damage-wise. But even Flins C0, R0, you can play him with the Not Cray craftable polearm. C0, R0 Flins with Shinobu, Aino, Sucrose, no 5-star weapons, no nothing, it's already gonna be amazing. You just have room for improvement in the future. So don't think of it as like, oh, my Flins is incomplete. No. He just has room for improvement. You will not regret pulling Flins. I can almost guarantee it. And the fact that he works so well with 4 stars, compared to like, I don't know, if you wanted to pull Skirk or something, and she needs Escoffier, Furina, and like Shenhe. I mean, Shenhe is replaceable. You can play Dahlia instead. But she needs at least two 5 stars for her best teams. That's a bit worse. Make your John Lee relevant again? I mean, the thing is, he's just not that amazing of a character anymore, right? Like, what team would you have where he's better than Shironen? Shironen is also a sustain and also gives you shred, but also gives you 40 damage bonus on top, and heals. I mean, healing, shielding, that's like similar. So like, he can be the cope replacement for Shironen, but he will never be better than Shironen in any team ever. He will always be the best open world character for you. Even if you really want an open world shielder, Lanian is better. She's a 4-star. Her shield is almost as strong as Zhongli's, but she's also Anemo, so she can make your team run faster if you have 2 Anemo characters, right? Now, if you want to mine rocks, then Zhongli is the best. That's why he's in my team currently. But if you just want a team to run around with, Lanian with her skill that can dash, and also 2 Anemo gives you movement speed, that's better. So when it comes to like utility, usefulness. If you just like Zhongli, then sure. I think she has power crept. I mean, Lanian's shield is a bit more conditional. She's only better than Zhongli if you can match the element, because the way her shield works is that it's an Anemo shield by default, but she can absorb an element and change her shield to that element. So let's say if you hit a Pyro Slime who's afflicted by Pyro, she will get a Pyro shield. Right, and if you can match the shield to the enemy's element's attacks, it will be stronger than Zhongli's, because you get the 250% absorption efficiency. However, if you cannot match it, because let's say you're just fighting a like physical enemy, like a Ruin Guard, or you're facing an enemy who doesn't like apply his own aura to himself, then your shield will not match the enemy and it will be weaker than Zhongli's. So it's conditional. It's not as consistent as Zhongli's, but the biggest thing is that she does other things, right? She can play Vivi, and she has like some slide grouping, and she can dash. So she's like just more useful in the overworld than Zhongli would be. And in most teams, she's also just like more useful than Zhongli, to be honest. Mostly because she can play Vivi. She could use a piece, huh? Oh, there are no pieces left. Okay, that makes sense. That's what he gets for destroying Canria. Okay. That will for Prince Ivan and then save as much as possible for Alice or Columbina. Yeah, that sounds fair. And yeah, Flints will be great, even without Inefar. Just like some things to remember: you have to play Aino because you need the Moon Sign, right? She has the passive Moon Sign level increased by 1. You need Moon Sign level 2 in a Flints team. So if you don't have Inefar, you have to play Aino always. Then Sucrose is the best Anemo slot, even if you have some 5-stars like Kazuha or Venti or something. Sucrose is the GOAT anyways. And then the final slot has to be Electro for the extra energy for Flints, because he's burst reliant. His burst is cheap, but he uses it often. He has a 30 cost burst that he will cast on average once every 8 seconds. And if you want to have a sustain, because you know, Sucrose doesn't heal or shield, and neither does Aino, so if you want to have a sustain, Shinobu is your only real option. You could play an Anemo sustain if you really wanted to. If you wanted to have like a stronger healer than Shinobu, you could like play. You could play Jin or even Lanian, or even Zhongli wouldn't be terrible either. And then you can play like Fischl instead as the Electro or Ororon, but it wouldn't be as strong probably. There are still options though. Still options. Outside of Aino you can like mix and match. In the future when you have mono characters will Aino be needed? She's only from does she provide hydro value? Yeah, she has a good off-field hydro application. And also a very short cooldown. That's like one big thing that people overlook. Her cooldown is 13.5 seconds. Duration is 14, so like perma uptime. And also, for Flints specifically, Flints has a 16-second cooldown on his skill. And this is what gates his like rotation time. He needs to wait for his skill to come up before he can start doing damage again. So any character who has a cooldown longer than 16 seconds will slow him down. Flints will need to like sit there and wait instead of doing damage because he needs to wait for the hydro up to come back up. And if you play with characters like Yelan, 18, or Xingqiu, 20, even if you don't need the Moon Sign, Aino is the best character to play with Flints anyways. The only other reliable hydro applicator who has a shorter burst cooldown is C6 Candice at 15, but even then she's worse than Aino. So yeah, a lot of people say that Aino's trash, but she's amazing. Like, she's the best character to play for Nefer teams. And same for Flints. Like, you cannot be the best character to play for multiple new DPSs if you are bad. She's great. Now, she doesn't need much investment, and that's a good thing. Like, you don't need talent levels, because she deals no damage. You don't even need the second passive, because just more personal damage. But yeah, that's like one more, like this level 50 Aino She's already peak Aino performance, other than like cons. C1 and C6 are good. And also because she doesn't need stats, she can play instructors. If you have some instructors pieces for her. She can also play the new Notcry set though. So it's like she can play anything. Her C1 gives 80 EM to the team. So when Columbina comes out, it is pretty likely that she will take the Aino spot in new teams. In like teams with new DPSs. However, you can only have one Columbina. And you might have multiple not great DPSs. So Aino can still be good even then. Yeah, 80 EM. I mean, it's not all that much. It's 80 EM. And then C6 is 35% lunar damage bonus. Or actually, Electrocharge and Bloom as well. Electrocharge Bloom, Lunar Charge, and Lunar Bloom specifically. I wonder if they're gonna add new reactions as they come out. That's Baiju. I mean, Baiju has some of the worst cons in the game. Noblesse or is Noblesse not good? It is good, but some, like, you will have better options, right? Because you really want Silk and Moon Serenade on somebody in your team. It can be Aino, it can be somebody else. It can be your Electro character as well. You can put this on Shinobu as well, as long as you have Aino and Flints in the team. And then you can play Instructors. Because Instructors is another 120 EM. It's only for 8 seconds. But this can be long enough to buff both of Flints' bursts. Because the way Flints works is that after he presses his skill, he activates... Actually, wait. They just did like a official ability reveal, so I could open the official footage. After he uses his skill, he unlocks a special burst. That special burst costs 30 energy, and it's like 90% of his damage. And the special burst has like a 6-second cooldown essentially. So you can cast your skill, cast your mini burst, wait 6 seconds, cast the second one. And this can fit in the 8-second window. So the 120 EM can buff all of your damage. And then you have 120 EM from this set, and 120 EM from the Silk and Moon Serenade that you can put on your Shinobu. And then you have VV from whoever you had as the last character, like Sucrose. And that's like, 120 EM is more than 20% attack. It's that simple. Is Vortex Vanquisher better on Ineffat than Blackcliff? I'm pretty sure Vortex Vanquisher only works on field. But it might be better. Although... I mean, because Shield Strength only works for the wielder, not for the caster. And you cannot stack this. Yeah, it's probably worse actually. Yeah, it's worse. It can be good on Flints. Although it's still, like, barely better than Craftables, or maybe even worse. It's worse than BP weapons on Flints as well. Oh, but you said Blackcliff. Blackcliff is a garbage weapon as well. I guess Blackcliff is even worse. Because you could play Kitane or Favonius, like those are good weapons on Ineffa. But if your options are Blackcliff or Vortex, then Vortex is better, but Kitane is better than both of them anyways, and this is a craftable. And if you don't want to craft Kitane, you just play Favonius, and this is also better. Is on Blackcliff, is that bad? Yes. Blackcliff is pretty terrible. Dragon's Bane will be better than Blackcliff. Or ideally, like if you buy the BP ever, Blood of the Fjords is nice. But Dragon's Bane, like you should have a Dragon's Bane, right? That's a pretty great weapon. And Deathmatch is, and Blackcliff is not. All the Blackcliff weapons are pretty terrible. There are some like minor cases, although like we got a lot of weapons since then. Like sometimes you would play like Blackcliff Polarmon Xiao or something if you didn't have the BP weapons. Wait, do we have anything better that's craftable? Did we get anything better that's craftable since then? Maybe not. Polarms are like a pretty scuffed category when it comes to 4 stars. Because the craftable here is like lunar damage. So this is good for Flints but not for Xiao. And then this is 80%. And this one is defense percent. Okay, yeah, so Xiao is like the one case where Maybe you could play Blackcliff if you only have 4 stars and no BP. But that's like the only character in the game that would want to play Blackcliff, really. It's a pretty... they're pretty bad overall. Is Jade a better option? Jade is also pretty bad. You also need to be on field to stack it. Just play Kitane. Kitane is great. Play your Jade Wing on your Fleens. So where was I? For Fleens, if you don't get his signature, you'll probably get Ballad of the Fjords. For Fleens, Deathmatch is actually slightly better than Ballad of the Fjords. Ballad of the Fjords gives you like slightly more stats, but attack is better than EM on Fleens. So it's that simple. So if you want to pull a BP weapon for Fleens, it's Deathmatch. For Xiao, maybe just use White Tassel. White Tassel is terrible for Xiao. It doesn't... Because White Tassel can be decent on characters who actually deal normal attack damage. It's never great, but it can be playable. Xiao doesn't, so it's not playable. No. That's why Xiao is like the only character where buying a Blackcliff can be worth. But at that point, like, just pull a weapon, man. don't waste your... Because you need to waste wishes. Like, essentially, the Blackcliffs aren't free. You spend pulls on them. And like, yeah, sure, it's not that many. This is like 5 pulls. But like, they are so bad. Just save up a bit and pull like any modern crit polearm. And also, if we are talking about anybody else in Xiao, there will be a better craftable than Blackcliff. For everybody else that's not Xiao, pretty much. The catch, you cannot play catch on Xiao. Because catch is burst and skill damage. Or is it only burst damage? Either way, it's definitely not plunge damage. Oh yeah, I was supposed to show the flames thingy. So, will there be videos here? Whoops, why did it close? Wait, this is only 3 images and that's it? Oh. See full details, maybe here. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, so you press his E, and he enters his special state, and when you press the E again, you unlock his mini burst, the special Q. They called it E and Q here, which is kind of funny. I don't think they ever called skills and bursts E and Q in official. Maybe for Varesa they also had like combos with EQ, whatever. So yeah, you press your E once, then you press your E again, then you press your Q. You do the mini burst. You wait 6 seconds, you press your skill again, and you press your burst again, and you are done, essentially. You go through your supports, cast your abilities again, cast his skill again, rinse and repeat. Oh, is the catch good for Inefa? No. Inefa is from Notcry. And remember, repeat after me, Notcry characters do not want damage bonus. If you get damage bonus, primarily, from like a weapon or something, you do not want it on a Notcry character. That's primarily damage bonus. 32%. It does give you some crit and ER. But when it comes to specifically Inefa, her damage is not burst or skill. Right? Her damage is from a talent. It's like typeless. It's not... It's like reaction damage. It's lunar charge damage. It's not skill, not burst. So yeah. You don't want that either. Just craft Kitane. Kitane is like one of the best, probably the best 4-star. And even better than most 5-stars. It's a craftable weapon back from Inazuma. Just craft this. Gives you nice EM. And like, sure, there is like some damage bonus, but you don't care about this. You get a billion energy. You don't need to build almost any ER when you have Kitane. So you can focus on attack and crit. It's like you never left Genshin. left during the EM meta and came back during an EM meta. That is pretty funny. Inefa. Level 90, talent levels don't really matter, just for the shield strength, mostly. And they have Vortex. I mean, it's just attack, like, it's just an attack stick, right? You don't get the passive, like, there is no passive on this weapon. It's just 50% attack, 600 base attack, end of weapon, right? So, Keytain that gives you, like, 10 billion energy would be better, because for Keytain, what is it here? Gives you EM, which is slightly worse than attack, but not that much worse. It's okay. And then, after skill hits on opponent, the character loses 3 but generates 5 energy every 2 seconds for the next 6 seconds. So this is 15 energy minus 2, so it's like 13 energy, which triggers twice. This is 26 energy every rotation. If you have another Electro character in your team, that means you like get your burst for free essentially from the Electro Resonance and this 26 energy. Thus, you can just play 0 ER and still get your burst super often, which is great. Here you have 10 energy, so you cannot burst often on this Inefa, right? If you want to play her with Fleens, you will need more energy, because with Fleens especially, it matters a lot whether you can burst, because the burst doesn't matter that much for the burst itself, because it just resummons Birgitta, but after you burst, you give 6% of your attack as EM to Inefa herself and your on-fielder. So if you are playing her with anybody who wants reaction damage, so like Fleens, maybe over Vape Arlecchino, right? Bursting every rotation is very important. That's why Keytain is better than garbage like Vortex. And you have 4-piece Gilded Dreams. That's okay, but usually it's better to put Inefa on a buffing set, because like, her personal damage is good, but the biggest thing is that the guild is a bad set, right? It really doesn't give you all that much when it comes to stats. Especially if you play her with another Electro, you get some damage bonus from it. Or actually, no, this is attack, not damage bonus. Okay, attack is fine. Attack and DM are fine. But yeah, it just doesn't give you all that many stats. It's usually better to just buff your entire team. She can play either Silken Moon, if nobody else in your team has it, or she can play the Tenacity. Yes. Tenacity is usually the best set to play on Inefa. Unless nobody else in your team is a convenient Silken Song, Silken Moon Serenade wielder, right? If you have Ainon Instructors and Sucrose on Vivi, then Inefa plays Silken Moon. Because somebody in your team needs to play it. And your main DPS won't play it. They will play the crit set. But if your Aino is on Silken Moon, and your Sucrose is on Vivi, then Inefa can play Tenacity. So yeah, it's usually one of the buffing sets, but this is not, like, it's not bad to play Gilded, it's just kinda whatever of a set, right? But yeah, attack main stats, that's good. Too bad you don't have any attack substats on your Flower Feather hat though. Would be nice to have some. Good DM subs though. And 74 to 170, that's okay. The ER is low, but like I said, you can play Keytain and that will fix it. Fleens, Inefa, Yelan, Sucrose. Ideally, you would want to play Aino. Like, it's fine. It's a fine team. But Yelan is just worse than Aino. You need to wait for her burst, that's the issue. And also, her buff is worse. The only thing that Yelan has over Aino is better personal damage, but it doesn't matter all that much. Because, like, the biggest deal is that Fleens wants 16-second rotations. Aino has a 13.5 second cooldown. Everybody's happy. But Yelan has an 80-second cooldown, you need to wait for her. Also, Yelan gives damage bonus. While Aino, if you get some cons, gives 80 EM and 35% lunar damage. Right, so like, Yelan, like, sure, Aino doesn't deal any damage herself, but Yelan makes your Fleens deal less damage. That's worse, right? Also, yeah, Aino's buffs, if you get C1, at least is already better. Even the, like, I'm pretty sure, even the 80 EM from C1 alone is already better than all the damage bonus. I mean, it just is, right? The 80 EM that Aino provides from C1 is better than all the damage bonus from Yelan's burst, which is like up to 50. Because damage bonus is kinda useless. mean, why do you keep bringing up Baiju C4? It's not like I know C1 is insane. It's just that Baiju C4 is absolute garbage. But it's like saying that it's better than Xiao C4. Wowee, 100% extra defense. Oh, it's because you own Baiju C4. Okay, that's pretty sad. What Baiju C4 was that? 80 EM to the team. This is the exact same thing as this. Even the same duration, 15 seconds. Can I lose some? But wait, what was Albedo C6? 17% damage bonus? Yeah, I guess I would rather have 80 EM than 17% damage bonus. Man, what a sad constellation. I even forgot what it was. What engine Azorf you want? Sig. Next question. Where did this guy come from, by the way? Actually, you can play any of the like event engines. You can play Gilded Blossom, because it buffs your EX special damage. You could also play the what was it? The Mar something, Desire, whatever. You can also play support engines on her that give you energy regen as a substat. Even if you don't get the passive, just to get more energy regen. That's also an option. If you've got any like S ranks, you can play Yuzuha's engine on her, and that's like I think that's her second best engine after Sig, because she just wants energy regen. But if you don't have an S rank engine, you probably should just play an attack one. Only if you have an S rank support engine you can play on her, you should. You also need to have a crystallized shield, yeah. It's actually more conditional. And also, the biggest deal, you need your E to be on the field, because it's like characters within Albedo's field. Your E gets destroyed if somebody looks at it wrong. Okay, so... let me go back. Actually, no, let me first go into the teapot. Oh, my plants are waiting. So, just long story short with Flynn, just please play Aino. Even if you don't want to level Aino, she can be level 20. All you need is the Ascension 1 passive. Modular Efficiency Protocol. You get this from Ascension 1. Level 20. You don't need more. You can level her more. She can deal some lunar charge damage if you level her all the way to 90. But yeah, she can play 4-star artifacts. She doesn't need levels, she doesn't need talent levels. She's the cheapest character to play, and she's the best character with Fleens. Unless you have like a conned up Yelan. If you've got like C2 Yelan, then sure, her personal damage will be good enough to offset the damage loss from Fleens. But if you just got a C0 Yelan, don't bother, to be honest. I mean, it's probably a good idea to level her to 70 for theater anyways, right? Because if she's on level 20 or 50 or 40, whatever, you will not be able to use her in the theater. And she's a pretty good character in the theater, because she just has a burst that applies Hydro. What more could you want? I will send my Aino more as well. What do I plant here? Blackberries. Hydro application is good? Yes, but for the Hydro up to be good, you do need another Notcry character. She can be okay if you get some cons. If you get like C4, I think, that gives her some extra Hydro up. So like solo Aino C4 is like usable as a like vape Hydro applier. But ideally you want two Notcry characters in your team, and then she gets more Hydro up, and it's like she's chilling. EME when the opponent is good? Yeah, for the energy it gives you. With that, you do not need to worry much about energy requirements. Okay, I think I can start planting the silk flowers now. Flame 14 Insight gives you 24 energy. If you don't have this, Favonius is also great. Favonius can be better for your team's energy. And like I said, Aino doesn't need stats, so she can play all the ER. However, when it comes specifically to Stygian Onslaught, you start at 0 energy. And in a typical Flames team, Flames, Aino, Inefa, Sucrose, Aino is the only one who needs to cast her burst. So you want Aino herself to get energy as quickly as possible. And this is more energy for Aino than Favonius would be. So that's why I'm playing the Flame 14 side. Specifically for Stygian Onslaught. It is the best weapon to play. In like Abyss where you start with full energy, Favonius would be better. Right? Because you can just... You start with full, the burst is always there, and then you get enough energy from Favonius and the ER you have. But you don't have that luxury in Stygian Onslaught, you start at 0. And you need to build it up ASAP, because the entire team is waiting for Aino. But yeah, the team doesn't need to wait long when she presses her E and gets 24 energy. Just remember to first apply a different element, because you need to proc a reaction, right? So, this is like, when you proc a reaction, when Electro Charge, Lunar Charge, Bloom, or Lunar Bloom is triggered, it's all 24 energy. It can be triggered off field, so you won't like waste it. But you need to switch to her twice. Just apply Electro first, and then go to Aino, apply Hydro, bam, you have your burst. Because her burst is 50 cost, 24 is half the burst. Then there are the particles from her E, and then yeah, you are done. You clear Stygian Fearless with a level 20 Aino. Yeah. Although Nuvilet Inefa is actually a team where Furina would be better to buff Nuvilet's damage. But Aino works as well, right? She's also a decent Furina replacement, even in teams that prefer Furina. And then in the new teams, Aino is just better. Oh, Furina was taken on Skirk. Yeah, that makes sense then. Okay. Did I buy wood this week? Yes. Do you make Nahida DPS for Krabas to almost level 70? What do you mean make Nahida a DPS? Nahida doesn't deal damage versus the crab no matter how you build her. Like in this team, Shinobu is the only one doing damage, and Lauma. Lauma and Shinobu are the only characters to deal damage in this team. Nahida doesn't do damage. Nahida just applies Dendro to create blooms. And then the Hyper Blooms do damage. That scales with Shinobu's stats. And then you have Lauma's Lunar Blooms from her Holdy. Nahida's stats do not matter in this team. At all. And neither do Xingqiu's. For the bloom damage. Give her more crit. Nahida who cannot spread deals 0 damage. I mean, it works cause Lauma insta-clears the boss. By looking at it. And the boss just dies. But... Yeah, the extra crit on Nahida did not matter. It did not make the run faster at all. Maybe you said like 1 second. But it's... Oh yeah, I should do artifacts. It really doesn't do much. And Llama doesn't need to be all that leveled. Remember that Llama's damage gets multiplied times like 6 whenever you use it on a on the like mushroom that the boss spawns. And if you can hit like 6 mushrooms with one E, you deal like 30 times the damage. Doesn't matter your level. Doesn't matter that you're level 70. Okay. I have been running out of artifact XP recently. So we gotta grab the 1 stars. What is this guy doing? We have our exams tomorrow. Good night, have an amazing stream. Thank you very much. I wish you luck on the exam. Actually, no, you will not need luck because you will just ace it super easily, no? Okay. Here at the resort, there's like a billion artifact spots that you can grab super quickly. I don't go, because you can get 100 spots per day, and then like a few more. I don't bother going for all 100, I just grab the ones on this island. That's good enough for me. It's super quick, I don't need to remember too much. I might learn more spots later, but I wanted to get familiar with at least like this section first, and I can start doing like the fontaine spots or whatever. But yeah, two new sets came out. I spent 90 fragiles on them, so I have a lot of artifacts to upgrade. I am in need of extra EXP. And I've always liked these like resinless activities. Gathering artifacts or rocks. Some of my favorite parts of Genshin actually. Maybe not really, but I do like them. Wait, no. Where is the... Oh yeah, here is the spot that I always miss. Oh, I didn't need to go all the way around. Wait, is there not a spot down here actually? No, I guess there isn't. Okay, and finally the city, which is the most spots, almost 30. Oops. Didn't hold the A properly. Give it to me, thank you. No, my artifact! Now the worst part, moving as this little blobber. Come on. Behave. Grab the artifacts as I'm telling you. No! Like, how did he go over there? Come on. That's why I hate this guy. I even held the E to make sure I will aim in the right direction. Okay. Now this cut spot. Okay. Could have been worse. I love that there are so many bodies of them here. Whenever I leave a guy here, the like his little spirit stays behind for a few days. I have no idea why they did that, but that's what they did. So whenever I come here, there are a ton of them stuck in one spot because they do the same thing every day. Okay, now up here. And finally down here. And we are done with this city section. Good. So that's that. I've got 20 more resins, so let's go spend it actually. Surely this will be the artifact. I got some other pieces that could be decent. Gotta check them out as well.
Yeah.
Everyday Hydro. I see we've got like a Hydro Resurgence. It wasn't just a one-off stream. Wait, which boss am I facing? Oh, the wrong one.
水遊びの時間
掃除の加護
Man, this guy is so tanky compared to the crab.
神戸を垂れろ
Okay, use regular resin. I will leave the 5 fraggles just in case. This is not the last day. On the very last day, if you've got like 60 out of 120 left, you can use an extra fragile to make sure you get like the bonus. No need to worry about this right now though, because there is still one more day left. Okay, so let's see if I got anything decent. I spent like 60 fuel or something on March relics in Star Rail. And I got like almost nothing, man. Relic farming in Star Rail is such a like despair-inducing activity. It's so bad. Say what you want about the like artifacts in Genshin and discs in Zenless, but the relics in Star Rail are the worst equipment system by far, man. How could they make it so bad? And they haven't touched it. I mean, they gave us like the rerolls even before Genshin did. But like, it doesn't matter. It's getting good pieces is so impossible. I feel like in Star Rail just need to make it so that every piece is a 4-liner. Even that wouldn't make the system all that much better. Then like I feel like it still would be worse than Zenless and probably worse than Genshin even. Just because there are so many garbage substats. Effect hit rate, effect resistance, break effect. But at least like it would have something going for it. Right now it's just like unusable. Okay, what did we get? This has EM and DR. Let's see if we can roll. EM and DR. Oh, I have like no EXP at all, man. Wait, let me salvage pieces first. The 1-stars as well. I guess just everything. Let me check the 4-stars. Do you have any instructors here? No. Right, because this isn't instructors. Yeah, this is Sojourner. There was a banger set back in 1.0 when we were like starting out. You didn't have 5-star artifacts available yet. 30 crit rate and 18 attack? That's insane, man. This is like not cry level set. The new set also gives you 30 crit rate and then like 80 EM on the 2-piece. Too bad some of these sets are 4-star exclusive. Okay, let's leave some 1-stars. Okay. They kept it 4-star because it was too busted. I wonder if this was their intention, or if they just had no idea what they were doing. Okay. EM, ER. I'll give it +8 instantly actually. Okay, 1 EM roll, 80% is not the worst. It's surely like support Columbina will want to play a piece like this. Okay, ER is great actually. EM, amazing. Only 19 though, mid-low roll. If we can get one more good roll, would be actually pretty peak. Yeah, that's a great piece. For like support Lauma. Because like when you play Lama with Nefer, you don't really care about her crit. You just want ER and EM. Amazing rolls. What about this guy? Wait, I already have good pieces though, right? Yeah, this is wait. Oh no, this is the... Yeah, no, this is the piece. Huh. 5 good rolls. I didn't even know I have a piece like this. I was like, wait, what? I had to like do a double take? And then this? Yeah, this has no right to exist, to be honest. Do I think Varka wants Vivi? No. I feel like Varka will probably play Night of the Skies Unveiling. Or there could be a new set for him. You have no idea what to strongbox? You can't go wrong with Marissa Hunter. For your C6 Furina, sorry, for your C6 Aeka with like Furina Escoffier, right? You could also go with the Natlan sets. If there are any Natlan DPSs or Natlan supports, like if you play your Shilonen ever, getting some better pieces from the scroll set wouldn't be bad. What about these guys? None of them are that amazing, to be honest. Let's check. Nah, it's a 3-liner, man. I'm gonna give up on this. And this one has flat defense. At least this one has defense percent. Full Llama C1, that's such a useless C1, bro. It's not so great. You don't say. Okay, we did roll crit. This needs to roll only crit. If it rolls one bad roll, I throw it out. Is attack a good roll? Sivan Shilonen is better? No, actually it's even worse. Sivan Shilonen is actually even worse. Do you only pull for the bad cons? 7% crit. I kinda don't want it anymore, man. I should have leveled this to 16 if after a crit damage mid-high roll I gave up. I just don't want this piece though. I don't want it anymore, man. Attack double crit. Surely this piece will save me. The worst good artifact I could have. Double low roll crit, 3-liner, double flat stats. But it's a good artifact. C1 Llama Deer for... I mean, that's like exploration only. Oh, but I guess you are comparing to Shilonen's exploration? Yeah. I mean, Shilonen is from Natlan. Natlan is the exploration region. I have good piece already on Night Sky. This is not a good piece. This is definitely not a good piece. But I also spent 90... Remember, I spent 90 fragiles on this set. Let's go all the way to plus 16, I believe. I believe, man. Double bonus? Wait, this is actually good. Yo. Okay. And the double bonus is sick. You want attack? On Fleens? Yeah, you play attack crit on Fleens. If you want Nefer, if you want a set for Nefer, it's EM crit. Or if you are building like crit Llama, you also play EM crit. One important thing, on these on these not cry DPSs, you never play damage bonus. Damage bonus for both Fleens and Nefer is useless. That's the most important thing. So many attack goblets or are terrible. But now that I got playable Suns, I can have an offset goblet. So honestly I will throw out all these copers. This rolls so badly. 2 flat HP, 1 flat HP, 1 ER. I mean the ER is okay. Also 0 crit damage, which is the best stat. This also, I can't have a goblet without crit damage. But our hat is good. Our goblet will be an off piece. Yeah, these suns actually kind of saved my build. Because I can play this. She's the artifact holder. And then here we can go no filter, attack, crit damage, crit rate. Wait, this is my best piece? No, it's just worse than this. I guess it has more crit damage, that's why it showed up first. But yeah, I can give this to Inefa, it's not bad either. It is like my second best goblet, probably. This is pretty sick as well with the ER. If I already have too much crit rate, which I might, this would be great for the ER and EM as well. I could also craft a goblet. I think I will. But crafting suns is half the cost. Is better to not like the weapon options for Aino? I mean, you either play the event weapon from last patch or Favonius. It's that simple. Like all the support characters in the game. You just play Favonius. But yeah, the event weapon is also nice. Gives you 24 energy. What's not to like about that? Like what would you want her weapon options to be? The Pel is just garbage. It will never be good on anybody. I know that some people cope that they wanted a Hydro Claymore so that we would get an HP scaling Claymore so that they would play the Bell. But not only is Aino not HP scaling, she doesn't deal damage. But the Bell is just bad. Like, it cannot be good on anybody. Not because we don't have Hydro Claymores. No, it's because it's bad. That's why it's bad. There is no, like, deeper logic in there. A bad weapon is bad. I don't know which one to play. This is the best goblet I have, but it probably has too much crit rate. This one as well. If one less crit, we'll play this one, the Mona goblet. Oh no, I will steal Mona's pieces. What will I do now? Anyways. So I have 41 crit rate right now. 71 with the set bonus. So I would be overcapped if I played Staff, but not if I played his Sig. There's a lot of crit, but it's such a good piece, we can't pass up on it. This one has no crit rate. I guess a hat with more attack percent or something? Like this one. Yeah, I guess I would switch to this hat. I'm not pulling his sick, I will pull C1 first. Oh my god, I have so many hats that are frozen here. This is the only crit damage hat. It's kinda terrible, no? I mean, if we roll crit rate 4 times... That's a high roll crit rate. It's happening! Okay, it's not goodbye. Somebody could want the crit, the 80% though. I shouldn't throw it yet. Surely this is a main DPS Columbina hat. You always want crit damage on people who play this set, because you get 30 crit rate already. So you almost always want crit damage. And also Hoyo is hellbent on always doing either a crit rate weapon or a crit rate ascension for every character, even if their best in slot set gives 40 crit rate. Natlan characters would be so much easier to build if nobody had crit rate ascensions or crit rate weapons, just like crit damage everywhere. But we've got like Kinich and Mavujka with crit rate weapons, and like who cares? Like they don't want crit rate, they already have too much. It's so hard to build them then. At least the Notcry set is 30 not 40, but then gives you lunar damage bonus. Okay. But at least it's better to have a crit rate weapon, because then they are just like high base attack, low substat, so like 11 crit rate. Then having a crit rate ascension, which is like 16 crit rate or something. And now that's unreasonably high. Okay, so Eye of Kratti. That's where we left off last time. Actually, before I do that, there is one more thing. Oh yeah, I also have mail. Daily check-in, let's go. And then here what do we have? Update summary? Wowee. Nice patch notes. Flynn's banner. Unfortunately, also, the Flynn's weapon banner is kinda mid. I already have a billion copies of all the 4 stars. Like Fav Codex, Fav Lance, those are good weapons. Sackbow and Lion's Roar are not good weapons. But I already have a billion of them anyways, right? So I'm not interested in the 4 stars. And Aqua Simulacra is kinda whatever as well. So yeah, it's kinda eh. Wow, the heated battle mode is coming. I should play like these randomly selected ones. They're good to play if you haven't played in a while, because you don't have like the disadvantage of needing to farm for new stuff. Okay. It's time. Actually, we have the Transformer as well. And the Scoof, yeah? Oh, and I have anecdotes recorded. 50 primos. Let's go! I already got like a 10 pull from this man. Kinda crazy. Bam. First let's do a song to warm up. Which song do you want? What should I play? Oh no. Pick any song in the game. Play this one? Which one? This one? Okay. This one is pretty fun actually. Hydro's first with his suggestion. Whoa, man, what was this miss? That's why I need to warm up first. Oops. I should close my eyes less. You can take very seriously. What if she is the liar? She's not that hungry. Hopefully. I had to learn the lyrics to also sing it during this like chorus part. Which time we sing the song again? We can watch it. You are Kirene's Momo Sprite, but that's actually kind of a bad deal. I would rather be a buff target for Kirene. Because when she buffs somebody, she gives them a kiss. Like, she kisses the entire planet, but like with that person at the center. This would be the English version. I mean, we just heard the Japanese version, so we can watch the English version now. I guess that's fine. It's also good. It's this video. I can get itchy fingers when playing a song for the vibes. I was full chilling when playing that. Had my eyes closed half the time. We're gonna get a new anniversary stream on Sunday. I'm hoping for another banger like this one.
See, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's cloudy. That's what journey means. Can't see the scene ahead's blurry, but we still must pursue the dream. Travel through the heights and shallows, put on a sturdy shell to face the perils. I hear about your last trails. Love is shining bright in the deep night. Stand up to fight many times and know it's wrong or right. The scars will finally heal. Do not fear, the road not taken, the honor is a problem. Tomorrow, gentle and good night. The day I wanna seize comes with the greetings of the breeze. Will there be bright day? Please tell me. Travel through infinite dusks and knowns, break through the strong tide to reach the other side. I hear about your last trails. Some words are heavy when some words are light. We are like two meteors that miss each other. We'll finally reunite to catch up with the sunlight, with the brightest fire. The memories softly touch my feet. The freedom I wanna seize takes me to an unknown place. And the journey
Hello, Anju. No, we are still in Tevat. And we are not in Celestia or Canria or anywhere yet. When is Hutao banner? I don't think Hutao's gonna get a regular banner again ever. We might have to wait for the next Liyue Chronicled. Nobody would pull on a Hutao banner. Although, I mean, she's one of the more popular characters from the old ones. But yeah, man, this video is so beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. Teared up a little. Okay. So I also wanted Blazing Heart. Let's do Blazing Heart as well. Let's do a bit more warm up. I will only have 3 songs to play for like the reals. Casual 100%. Didn't need it, but we can get it. Nice. Well, they kinda try hard for no reason. Now that's song where we actually do need to try hard. Surely it's my moment, right? I'll try the new endgame in Star Rail tomorrow. With my brand new march. practice that section more. I was good at it before and now it became bad again. Yeah. Is she worth swiping for? She is both a very good Castoris support and a very good main DPS by herself. I am a Castoris skipper. I am against global passives as a concept. Also back then I was saving for Saber and Archer. But yeah, she performs similarly well, both as a Castoris support and as a main DPS. Also, both Harry 1 and especially Harry 2 are giga broken. So if you are thinking like swipe Perinos and pull like 3 copies, then Harry 2 is one of the best Eidolons in the game. It's like Aglaya E1 level. But she's also way more like flexible than Aglaya. Aglaya is played in Aglaya teams. March has been played in March teams and also in Castoris teams and possibly with other Memo sprites in the future. Like with other Remembrance characters in the future. Yeah, for me she's my first Remembrance DPS. So I'm very happy to finally get one. How could you not pull for Evil March? I got 31 so far. And if I win the next 50-50, like I will be able to get one more 5-star during her banner. I just need to win the 50-50 and we'll have it too. $100 for 50 plus you are getting yourself get dropped. 0 goods, 1 miss. That's why I swipe in yen. It's so much cheaper. It's actually like half price compared to paying in the Polish currency, in the Polish zloty. Because the price is like 50% higher in Poland and then like 50% lower in Japan. You just got the blue-haired girl. You like the character so much you don't even remember their name. Just gotta get a VPN, yeah. And then you need to swipe on the official website. You just like Google Star Rail top up or whatever. Go to the Hoyoverse website. And then you can swipe in yen. There might be issues in your bank My bank kinda gave up recently though, fortunately. But I have gotten my account locked a couple times before. When suddenly a stream of payments in yen comes through. And I need to call them and she's like, what did you spend? What, 24,000? What is this number? Then she sees it's yen and is like, okay, still kinda insane, but I thought it's not 24,000 bucks or something. Oops, I missed the very first note, man. I love Varesa playing the horn. I love all the girls playing the horn. Oh yeah, you have Shiguin cons, right, Hydro? How have you been enjoying your main DPS Shiguin? How many cons did you pull again? Oh man, I failed. I was vibing too much. Let's see if I will get actually the hard section this. No, I messed up anyway. UFC 2 have not used herring for patches. I kinda wish I had Higuin cons. I wish I had like C4 at least. Do you mean Seed? Or who do you mean by blue hair? Cause I'm not even sure which game we are talking about. Oops. Wait, who has blue hair recently? Oh, Keridra! Oh. My game crashed. I'm not even sure actually what set. Is there like any set that does anything for her actually? The Polish bank has had enough. What 4-piece do you play on her? Yeah, just Sacerdos. Yeah, Sacerdos is good. I will launch Genshin and in the meantime we can play Genshindle. Why did it... Good thing it was... I wonder if my clear had saved. It's kinda impossible to tell because it wasn't my best clear anyways. Yesterday was Kave, okay. I didn't do Genshindle yesterday. What a shame, what a shame. Kave would be a cool character to guess. Okay, way above 2.7, that's gonna be Mavujka. Navia. Actually no, Navia might be... too late. Of a character. It's Fremine. Nice. Let's go listen to tonight's storytelling performance together. Lius's rendition of Ring of Raining Blades is most sublime. Should be Yunjin. Let's say Mavujka. Mavujka was also there like 2 days ago. Yeah, okay, it was Mavujka again. So, what is this actually? See, no, I'm just like throwing a random character. Oh, it's like a dash. Could it be Xiao? Oh, I lost control. My game loaded. Oh, it was Xiao, nice. Yunjin again. Although, no, usually when they do the masks, it's like Fatui. It's gonna be Tartaglia. It was Yunjin, man. It was. I could have had a one shot. I could have had a one shot if I just listened to my like initial instinct. Shui. Oh. Use this mat. I mean, I don't think Serval uses this mat actually, but whatever. 1.0 erudition. Himeko. The Sea of Stars is vast and our journeys are difficult and long. Please look after yourself no matter where you are. Yukong. Oh! That's a guess. That's a guess of all time. I didn't like remember the quote or anything. Just vibes only. This is like a spear tip, no? This is like Dan Heng 4-star? No. Dan Heng 5-star. No, this is not a spear tip. Is this a kite? Is this Yukong again? Windtorn dagger. Dagger. It says wind. But could be Moze. Oh no, it's Sampo. Oh my god. Physical. It's not Caesar. It's not Billy. Could be Nekomata. I think Nekomata has the same hat though. Could this be Nekomata? I'm gonna go Panin Hu actually. Nice. I'm pretty sure Nekomata uses this hat as her material. So that's why it couldn't be Nekomata. And it couldn't be Billy. Couldn't be Alice or Jane, because they are anomaly. Couldn't be Caesar or Pulchra. I think it was like always Panin Hu actually. Wait, where is my game? Huh? Wait. Oh, here it is. Okay. I was wondering, why is it not showing up on stream, man? Well, let's first grab some of these flowers. I have the need for seed. Okay. Exceeds amount. No new chests have appeared out of nowhere like last time. The plant seeds. Plant in my teapot. Oh wait, this quest got reset. Wait, have I read this? I have read this already, right? Yes. Does killer just want attack percent? Wait, does anything in her kit scale with anything? She's my most hated character in all of Star Rail, so I wasn't really all that interested in her kit either. This doesn't scale with anything. This is just some damage. Oh yeah, increases attack by an amount equal to 18% of her dress attack, yeah. So you just want to stack attack. She also gets crit damage based on her attack. And max 100% crit rate always. Yeah. So just stack attack only. And speed. Wowee! Oh! Like a ship sailing through the fog. And do you feel okay? Paimon's getting a little dizzy down here. Paimon thinks she just heard someone talking. Oh, cute girl. Mama's in the sheepfold. Don't be scared, don't be worried. Take my tattered cloak, dance now, don't stop. Let's change my team. I love how in this Not Cry character change screen, you've got these golden ripples on the water where the characters touch the ground. I mean, they made an entire anime about this. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? I think that the answer that anime provided was no. No, it's not wrong. Salme, Salomea, where are you? Salme, please, say something, I'm so worried. Easy Primo Gems for the achievement as well.
これを君に譲渡しよう。
How could this be? It's like she's a totally different person. She's become a monster. I found an awesome new job! It's not like I've never worked as a private tutor before, but Not Cry's upper class families? Well, you know what they're like. But Miss Salome is totally different. Every gesture of hers radiates the elegance of true nobility. Though her elder twin sister Salomea is a bit more mischievous, but what child doesn't love pranks at her age, I do hope they will grow closer. To see these young ladies blossom into perfect gentlewomen, why, it would be my greatest pride. When I was tucking the two darlings into bed, they begged me to sing Mama in the Sheepfold for them. It's not my favorite lullaby by a long shot, what with its most quaint lyrics, but since the girls like it, I guess all's well. Thankfully, my fever had abated by this morning, otherwise I might have missed boarding the Foss Green. And then what would I do? How could my two little sweeties go traveling alone without their tutor's supervision? I'm still not sure how I caught that flu. I've always been meticulous about health and hygiene. Wouldn't do to infect the children, you understand. Salome has been in foul mood all day, and she won't say why. When I was tucking her in at night, she covered her head with the blanket and turned her back to me with a harumpo. Is she mad at me? Or uneasy at being away from the comforts of home, I will wager. Sweet little Salme though, well, she's a different story. She apologized to me on behalf of her sister and told me not to take it too hard. As though I could. The only thing my heart has room for is love for these two children. Just as I was about to close the door, Salme whispered, Miss Vedrana, can you promise me something? Naturally, I accepted. For these two children who had left their home and faced who had left their home and their father to travel by themselves, I would promise them anything. Please go back to your cabin now and promise me you won't set foot outside your room until the sun is up. I hurriedly closed the door. I was so overcome with emotion that I nearly wept. Salme was worried about my health. As soon as I finished writing in my diary, I'm going to do exactly as she says and sleep until sunrise. Good heavens! A terrifying thing happened today. A passenger was attacked after dinner and no one knows if they are alive or dead. One day after dinner. I took the children straight back to their rooms and put them to bed. Once they were asleep, I went to check the situation at the scene. The damaged cabin had already been hastily repaired, but there was still water on the floor. Something, who knows what, had smashed through the hole and snatched the passenger away. At around midnight, the captain held a meeting in the dining room to explain the situation. There was nothing we could do for the missing passenger, so for the sake of everyone else's safety, the Foss Green would leave these waters as soon as possible. I went back to check on the children. Their cabin sits towards the center of the ship, so as long as they didn't leave, they would be safe from whatever lurked outside. Perhaps due to worry, I hardly slept a wink. I got up to check on the children, only to discover they weren't in bed. My heart seemed to stop for a moment. I ran up to the deck to find the chief mate and had him inform the captain. He gave me a very peculiar look as though he thought I were insane. Not that I cared how he viewed me, all I could think of was the children's safety. After about 10 minutes the captain arrived. His tone was reassuring as he told me he was organizing a search. He assured me the children must have gotten curious and decided to explore the ship. He said there were only so many places they could be, it wouldn't take long to locate them. He completely ignored whatever beast it was that had taken that passenger, and was probably still nearby. It appeared the children's safety was in my hands. I scoured every corner of the ship until I finally found Salomea beside the cargo crane in the hold. Thank the stars. She seemed surprised to see me. I rushed forward and embraced her. Poor Salomea was wearing nothing but a thin sleeping gown. Her hands were freezing. I took off my coat and wrapped it tightly around her. I wrapped my hands together and cupped her shivering cheeks, asking her if she knew where her younger sister was. She looked at me with an expression I can barely describe, but didn't say a word. After a long while, she raised her hand and pointed at the cargo crate behind me. It was locked from the outside. When I opened that crate, I swear my heart skipped a bit. There Salme was, curled up on the floor. She must have been weak from being stuck in that airtight crate for so long. I stretched out a shaking hand and held it to her face. She was still breathing. If we'd have got here any later, I don't even want to think about what might have happened. After taking Salme to the ship's doctor for treatment, I spent forever putting Saloma back to bed. The sky was already beginning to brighten, but I didn't feel tired at all. My mind was racing, trying to think what had happened. Who had locked her in that crate? What had the children done to warrant this sort of treatment? The ship's doctor said Salme needed more time to recover, so I returned to the children's cabin. Salome was awake. I knew it might be too cruel for her to think back on what happened, but I had to get to the bottom of the night's events. But when I asked, what she told me shattered my heart. Even now I can scarcely believe it. As I write this, my hands are shaking. It was Salomea! It was Salomea who locked her sister in that dark prison of the cargo crate. This wasn't just some prank. It was something far worse. She had to be punished. No matter what else might have happened, nothing could ever justify doing something so horrifying. Salomea cried as she begged me to forgive her. She said if she hadn't done what she did, Salomea would have left her. She claimed that Salme would have left her. She claimed that Salme was the child of Fae, that she wanted to return to the world of her people, that the monster that took the passenger was probably Salme's kin. Nonsense! Utter blather! There can be no doubt that Salme is a human child no different from than Salomea. Though, are there not Fae that can transform? A terrifying doubt took root in my heart before I tore it up and discarded it. Salomea's impressionable mind must have been affected by reading unsuitable stories, just like that lullaby, Mama in the Sheepfold. Even now I vacillate. Should I pen a letter to the children's father, informing him of Salomea's wicked deed? I cannot say what doing so would mean for the girl. There is no time left to write today. I shall decide what to do tomorrow. Holy reading. Also, this ship must have been huge, right? Because those are all like the remains of the ship. It was actually a ship-sized ship. For once. Wait, where is the Mora box? Oh, here it is. Touch. Oh, there are little like thingies moving. Pew! This is getting eerie. Was Salme the monster that took the passenger?
少なくとも開けた瞬間の期待感は
Well, Salme was saying that she locked her so that she wouldn't leave. Oopsie. Oh! Okay, I must be more careful with my ball. No, my ball again! I was not careful enough with my ball. Okay, I need to wait here for the cycle. My ball has prevailed. I love the animation here. Bloom. Like magnets activating and suddenly spreading apart.
少なくとも開けた瞬間の期待感は心地よいものだったのだろう
Who doesn't love some spreading action? Whoa-wee! Oh, there is a bunch of those shiny little things we saw earlier. Wait, where are we anyway? Could we have circled around to right under that weird tree? And those green things? What even are they? find out in the next episode. I'm gonna stop this quest for now. I'll just say clear some ley lines for some mob drops. And we'll continue next Genshin stream. If you don't do an event, are you now unable to get the light cone in it? You can still get it actually. In Star Rail, if you have missed a light cone from a previous event, you can buy it from the Herta shop for the Herta tokens thingies. The same ones you used to buy like the 5-star Herta shop light cones. There's a separate section for past events.
月光のよ。
塵となってください。
皆に祝福。
バシャバシャ水なんだ。
褒美を垂れろ。
Okay, and another one here. Those are my last collectibles in all of Not Cry. Feels kinda sad. There are only 4 chests and 2 oculi left. Isn't that right now? All the past ones should be there. Which light cone are you looking for? Maybe it's like a gacha light cone and not an event light cone. If it's not in the shop. Boink, boink, boink. Not for the cruisers. Maybe it takes a bit longer for them. Because the one from the cruiser was the Forever Victual. That's the light cone. Is it not in the shop? Maybe it takes a while. I never had to buy a light cone. Or actually it's called the Forever Victual. Guess it only says that it's available from the event. Maybe it's not in the shop yet. Herta's store. Yeah, I guess it's not yet available. When do they get added? 3.5 added Where is the Rabbit? And which patch was this from? Underground Terror Hunt? Wait, this was in 1.2? Okay, the Ninja record got added in 3.2 and that was 2.7. Oh, 2.6 rather. Whatever, last patch before Amphorius. So it took 3 patches for the Ninja record Soundhound to get added. So it should take 3 patches for the Forever Victual to get added. Yeah, it takes a bit. There are some other good options though. You've got For Tomorrow's Journey. That one is... Yeah, this is buyable from the Herta shop. Increasing Keridra's damage dealt is not all that amazing, but it's like fine. She does deal some damage and gives you 32 attack as well. So you can just play this. Let's check your Molani. Level 90 got C1, huge. Molani's vertical investment, like her weapon. Man, first like I wanted to say the word, and first it was like light cone, no. Engine, no. Weapon. Too many gacha games, man. But like her C1 is amazing. Her weapon is amazing. Got the triple crown. Got some nice HP. HP subs are great on Molani. HP is almost as good as crit on her. So having HP subs, amazing. That's like the good thing about Molani. Because double crit, HP and EM are all top tier substats. So yeah, artifacts like these two, amazing. No matter what you roll into, they are like, if an artifact has those stats, it's a winner. 51 plus 40, that's 91 crit rate. Would be nice to be a bit closer to 100, because you will miss crits and it's very, like, you feel it a lot with Molani. If you're going for some speedruns and one-shots, then I guess if you miss the crit, you just restart. But in like a longer fight in Stygian Onslaught, missing the crits will suck, and you will miss crits in Stygian Onslaught, because you will need more than 10 bites on average. And like out of every 10 bites, you will miss one crit. Damage is high, so that's good though. 0 ER, a bit of a shame. You don't need to like focus on ER. Oh, she's on a wrong build, okay. But yeah, having some ER on Molani can be nice, but you don't need it. It's like just a nice bonus if like instead of some attack or flat stats, you could have some ER. Also, usually usually want to play an HP goblet on her more so than Hydro. I mean, they're like very similar. Also, if you like, your HUD is kinda meh. It's not bad. You've got 3 HP rolls and 1 EM roll, but like the lows are kinda roll. The rolls are kinda low, and no rolls into crit rate. What you can do on Molani is actually play an HP HUD. If you've got like some amazing HP HUD, that's like your best HUD. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not like amazing. I mean, maybe it's better than I give it credit for. But if you have some... What I'm trying to say, I'm not really trying to badmouth this HUD as much as I'm trying to say that an HP HUD on Molani can be viable. If you've got like an HP HUD with 5 crit rolls or something lying around and nobody's playing it, because who would play an HP HUD that rolled all crit? Molani could. So yeah, this is not a bad piece. Not a bad piece at all, actually. But if you have better HP HUDs, you could play those. I got an achievement. Oh yeah, for the teleport waypoints. All the teleport waypoints have been unlocked. Wait, no, I opened the wrong website. Not that one. I mean, it's C1 Molani. The burstiest character in the entire game. So you can't really say, oh, she's hitting like 10 billion, so she's better than another character or something. You can only really compare Molani C1 damage to other Molani C1 damage. Because no other character is quite like that. Maybe like Mavuika Burst can be comparable to a Molani C1 bite. Okay, so you name another character once she refreshes. If you change her build, what you can do in game is like quit to login interface, log in again, and it will refresh immediately. So then you don't need to like wait for it to happen; it will just happen. Oh, I was supposed to do the transform. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I need to do. Transformer and Escoffier cooking. Wait, I picked the wrong spot. Where am I? Or did I pick this domain? This is not the best place to TP to. If you just want an electro crystal. But it's the spot that I know, and that is close to my heart. Because I would go here every day to farm crystals in the past. I can still do that nowadays. Okay, so
アドリブを聞かせましょう。
drop the holding. Wait, I won't be able to drop the transformer, I'm too close. Oh no, it will disappear because they aggroed me.
賑やかに行きましょう。しかっふっやっ
Let me transform in peace. Okay, we'll check the Molani in just a sec. Just let me set everything up. Throw some plant. Let's go with seagrass. Okay, this can go on in the background. So, what's the difference now actually? Wait, is it any different? Your HP is the same, your crit is the same, your ER is the same? Or did not refresh yet? No need to wait 30 more seconds? Or did something change and I didn't even notice? I'm pretty sure those are the exact same pieces now. I mean, I might wait I might need to wait 20 seconds. To like refresh on Enka's side. Also, bro, where is your Dire clear with this Mualani? You've got Lauma, so that's the middle boss. You've got Mualani, so that's the first boss cleared. Just gotta clear the Fatui guy. You've got Skark though, doable. Okay, okay. Now you've got... We lost 5k HP. Oh, because we've got EM Suns now. Not sure if this is worth it though. But I guess you are saying this hits bigger nukes. There's more critics, so that's good. Still 0 here is a bit of a shame. Would be nice to get a few subs. Now with... I mean, you might not be able to do Fatui unless you pull for Flins. But you should be able to do both the crab and the Drake on Dire. Unless you like don't have Mavuika. But you have Mualani C1, you must have Mavuika, right? But Lauma solos the crab. And Mualani C1 destroys the Drake. Oh, you don't have Mavuika? Okay, that's rough then. Then maybe you can do the Drake. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a big shame. Surely Durin will be the new best vape support. Miss her both times. She'll probably get a rerun not long from now. Even though she just got one. She's the most recent Archon. And also like... She's truly selling like hotcakes. You don't Durin either way, very based. Durin's amazing. Okay. So, this time for sure. Thank you everybody very much for watching, but this will be the end of the stream for today. I do have a stream every single day at 8 PM CEST, which is 3 hours before now. You can join the Discord server to get stream notifications and the like. I'll quickly find somebody to raid. Finding somebody who streams Genshin in English actually very hard. Italian, French, Japanese, French, Filipino. Is that a language? Espanol, Russian. Wait, nobody streams Genshin in English. Okay, this guy, no, Espanol. Espanol, this is like in Arabic, French, Russian, Arabic. British. Okay. We have to settle for British. What a tragedy. And I had to go through like 15 streamers before I found one that streams in English. How they have so few viewers if nobody streams Genshin in English? Come on. So yeah. Thank you everyone, I'll see you all again tomorrow for some Star Rail endgame. And the next Genshin stream will be on the anniversary on the 28th. So yeah, bye bye.